is back, the one and only Long Island Changemakers, Tommy D, the nonprofit sector connector, representing North Shore. Where is it? North Shore. That's right, the North Shore. This is a good shirt, good like hoodie, because on the back it almost looks like a Mets hoodie. It's got like the city skyline and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. You got a camo. Oh, this is Emily Ginas from GiGi's. You have a camo hoodie on. So I told you I had a little joke about this. So my older son had like this camo jacket, right? And he's 14, okay? So he's wearing this jacket. And his friends say to him, where'd he go? We can't find him. I love that joke. That's like an old man joke. That's like somebody's dad's joke, but his friends made that up. So then like we were out the other night and somebody had on like, you know, camo pants and I made a similar joke. I think that, you like that joke?
I do. My participants have done that to me.
Oh, so you've heard that joke already?
I have, but it's okay. It's a funny joke.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for like being like giving me that pity laugh even after you'd heard it already. That's good. I want to know all about you. I want to know all about GiGi's.
All right.
It's funny, like we just reconnected because of the Long Island Imagine Awards.
Yes.
And GiGi's Playhouse here on Long Island is a semi-finalist in the Imagine Awards, right?
Yes.
But it was weird, like I got an email from my friend Kellyanne Serini from the Imagine Awards with the list of who I was going to get to interview. And your name was on there, and I was like, all right, so I like left a message or whatever, and I know this is what happened too, I forgot. I left a message, and then you called me back a few days later because the location is moving and whatnot. But then when I called you back, your name was in my phone. And I was like, that's weird. Like, and I'm like, wow, these phones are pretty smart. But no, that's not what happened. We had talked years ago.
Yes.
So let's start with, you're from Long Island. Really, I could tell, and I didn't grow up in a community that was like this, but like Patchogue is like legit, like community.
Yes.
Like I grew up in
Tight
Franklin
knit.
Square. Like people are cool, but it wasn't like I had a guy here on the show. He's from Sachem, Chris Ficcaro. And like, I had no idea like Sachem is like this thing, but it's like, if you're from Sachem, it's almost like everybody's like related and like connected. Patchogue is like that sort of.
Yeah.
Really?
It is extremely tight-knit community.
I see that in like the Massapequa and stuff like that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, all right, so tell me about Patchogue.
All right, well, Patchogue is on the South Shore. So I'm a South Shore
It's all good, it's all good. North Shore.
Yeah, you're North
It's
Shore,
all good.
I'm South Shore.
It's okay though. It's okay, because I always say,
hate.
you know, I don't hate, I love it.
hate.
In fact, what I always say is I appreciate the South Shore, because if there was no South Shore, there could be no North Shore.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because then it would just be there.
It's true.
So, but Franklin Square, where I grew up, is kind of like nowhere.
Right in the middle.
You know, so it's not sure. It's not. I'm not sure about what we're talking about anymore. So, Patchogue, South Shore.
Yep, Patchogue's on the South Shore. It's a small community. I mean, it's a larger town. Let me rephrase. It's not a small community. It's a larger town.
Right.
But the community is very close knit.
Yeah.
So everyone knows everyone. My family's been there since 1912.
Yeah, you told me that the other day on the phone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my family's been in Patchogue since I think 1912.
From where?
Italy. So they came over from Italy. My great-grandfather was in World War, and when he was over there and serving, he met some American guy who was like, yeah, I'm from this town called Patchogue.
No
he's
kidding.
Like, Patchogue, like, okay. He's this Italian man. He's like, all right. And then he decided to take up and move his whole family, and
no kidding.
been there ever since.
And that's awesome. Wow. That's pretty cool. You ever think, like, the names of towns on this island that go back to, you know, Native Americans, they're wild names.
Yeah.
You know, like Patchogue, Cutchogue. Like, I was actually, in fact, this weekend, I'm going out to see these women from another finalist of the Imagine Awards for the sustainability category, the Shinnecock kelp farmers. And they go into the waters and they plant kelp, and the kelp helps pull all the nitrogen out of the water.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
I would have never known of that. That's
who would
awesome.
know? Who would know, right?
Yeah.
And it's just really cool work. But that's our island, has so much history. Yeah. So you're there, living in Patchogue, and you go to school, and then you got to go like, this is how we started the other day. You had to find a job, right?
Yeah. So I moved to Patchogue at like 6 or 7 because my dad was in the Navy, so we moved around a little bit. And so when I moved back up to New York, moved to Patchogue around 6, 7.
So I have to do this. Because you keep saying 6, 7, and like, I have to. I stopped the first time. I didn't do it. The first time I let it go. I let it go because I said I'm gonna stop. I'm very immature sometimes, but then you said it again. So
Sorry.
6, 7, 6. I did it. All right, now we can go back.
All right, we can move on.
Yeah, when people watch this 6 months from now, they're gonna go, "What was that?
They're gonna go, what
is he
in the
talking
world?"
about?" Well, yeah.
Yeah. But so moved back and went to high school, middle school, high school, all throughout Patchogue Medford School District. I went away to college in South Carolina, and then I was like, oh, I want to go.
Where did you go to school in South Carolina?
University of South Carolina at
right.
Aiken, the Aiken
Okay.
campus.
Okay. Where?
then-
What? So where is that? What town?
So
Or what city?
Aiken.
Aiken is a city.
Yeah, so it's right on the border of Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, where the Masters is.
Okay.
So it's like right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's farm country. It's awesome.
What? So like, you grew up on the island, and then you go down there. So is it like, what's this? Is it like a culture shock?
I mean, a little bit if I wasn't used to it already, because where I grew up was in Maryland prior to that.
Uh-huh.
So it was similar
Okay,
in a way.
all right,
Yeah, so
got
it
it.
wasn't too bad for me.
Because I would love some country like that.
It's
like
beautiful.
Yeah.
Highly recommend Aiken, South Carolina. Go there for steeplechase. It's a horse race. It's
Okay.
awesome. You get to dress up with, well, you wouldn't wear a hat, but like.
No, I would wear a hat. I mean, I wouldn't wear a bonnet, but I would wear. I'm big on hats. Why
Yeah.
is it like the Kentucky Derby?
Yes, kind of.
Oh my God.
But it's steeplechase,
Like,
so it's
I would go.
They jump over like little water vats
Yes.
and stuff. It's awesome.
That's
It's so
very
fun.
fun.
And then you get to, not that you're, I mean, if you're
Tell
a
me.
gambler person,
Yeah.
it's fun.
You bet on
You bet on the horse. It's
Bet on the horses. Seersucker suit, maybe a pink linen suit,
Absolutely.
nice hat.
Yes.
I would feel like the Mary Poppins movie, the original Mary Poppins movie, when they go into the painting. And
Yes.
like, you know, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I would
It's
dress like that.
Beautiful. It's
Yeah.
awesome. And it's a really cool event.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I was just on the phone call with my wife earlier, and we were talking about going away. And I said, let's look at New Orleans, let's look at Nashville, let's look at Charleston. Like, because sometimes you just go, all right, let's get on a plane and let's fly somewhere warm. And I was like, no, let's try something different. Let's like do a different
Yeah.
thing. And I was like, what if we went to Newport, Rhode Island, or just like,
It's beautiful.
plus I figure I don't have to jump on a plane. I'm cool with not going on a plane sometimes, but I like to drive. I like to be in the car. But I actually have a business partner who is in Greer, South Carolina,
Okay.
which is near like Greenville.
Okay. So it's up north more.
That's up north?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know, it's funny sometimes. So we do another show, and it's called the Professionals and Animal Lovers Show. So my partner in that project, Valerie, we do the show, and they'll talk about like upstate. And I'm like, upstate to us is not upstate South
Yeah.
Carolina. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about like, you mean like the Bronx?
Yeah.
So where did we go so far? Are we in Patchogue still?
So no, we're
You're
in South
you're in
Carolina
Aiken.
now.
We're
We're in Aiken,
see,
South
I
Carolina.
gotta close my eyes and imagine.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
we're
gotta
in Aiken.
imagine. And now 4 years goes by.
Yes.
And I'm like, I need to figure my life out. And I was like, I have a degree in history. I'm like, what do I want to do with myself?
What did you want to do? Did you want to teach?
So, no.
Okay.
I wanted to be an archaeologist at first.
Stop.
And I did a few archaeology digs. I went over to Italy and to Orvieto, did an archaeology dig. Realized I don't like getting dirty.
All right, so first of all, I heard what you said. Second of all, I always thought that would be the coolest thing. Like they sit there and you got like that brush and they're
Yeah.
like brushing away stuff. I think it has a really cool, like it looks cool, but I think by lunchtime I'd be like, this is a pain. Like I don't want to do this anymore. Like this
it's
is annoying.
tedious.
It's like hot out. It's
Yeah.
like, right?
I went through a drought in Orvieto in the Umbrian
What's Orvieto?
heat. Orvieto is about an hour and a half north of Rome.
Okay.
And was digging up ancient Etruscans, so they predate the Roman Empire.
So what are you looking for?
Anything?
So wait, so that is kind of cool. That's
It
like
was really
That's
cool.
like a treasure hunt.
Yes.
Right? Like literally.
It truly was. We would find coins all the time, and anytime we found a Roman coin, we got free ice cream. That was really cool. Free
Well, I
gelato,
mean,
not ice
listen,
cream.
anytime I can get free ice cream,
It's awesome.
I mean, I would, but I could. How much work did I have to do for the free ice cream?
A lot of work.
All right, so that's not
A lot of
It's
work.
not really free then.
It's awesome though.
So how long did you do it before you realized you didn't want to do it anymore?
I was there for about 3 months.
And this is what I never understand about people who do that kind of work. Because like if you're a scientist or something like that, you get like a grant and that's how you get paid. Like aside from free ice cream and little coins, who do you work for? Like if you do that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a legit question, right?
A lot of times archaeologists are in the education field, so
Right.
like professors, things like
Okay.
that, or a lot of times you have to buy into your dig. So like you'll have to pay. Like I was lucky, I was there on scholarship.
Okay.
So like, but it's like $3,000 to do that dig.
To pay to do it.
Pay to dig. in hopes that you'll
what a
find
racket.
something.
What a racket that is. That's a good business.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see
It's
people
really
would pay
cool,
to dig
though.
in my backyard.
I mean, if you have like, if you say it's like a Native American, like.
I mean, it might be.
It could be.
It's Long Island.
It
I don't
could.
know.
That's what I'm saying. It
I have
could
no
be.
idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, it could be. Historical
You're
site.
good at this. Wait. I always, like, whenever I watch History Channel or any of those science things and you see people doing the dig, and they got like a canopy, and they got, or like, don't they put like a grid, and there's like,
Yes.
Why do they do that?
So you have to measure everything because there's so many policies that
Yeah.
you have to. So if you're saying that you have to do, everything goes by like centimeters and everything there and like yards. So like the feet are non-existent in Europe.
Yeah, you know, we're so arrogant with that
Yeah.
here. I love how
The metric system
I love
is,
how
yeah.
arrogant. It's like, yeah, the whole world is going to do this, and we're just going, we're going to measure things different too.
So that was difficult to try and like do
Sure.
the transition for that when I first started doing it. But like you have to know pretty much your square footage
Yeah.
of what you're digging, because where I was digging a vasca. So a vasca is an ancient water system that pretty much fills the bathhouses.
Okay.
So we were trying to find the water. And so we kept digging and digging and digging. And
Is it like, oh my God, this is so boring? Or
no, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
And can you got like ear pods in, like you listen
No,
to
we were
tunes?
blasting music.
Oh, you were?
Oh, we
Okay.
were blasting music.
Yeah.
The lead instructor there hated my group.
Yeah, why?
Because
You guys in
we
trouble?
would sing.
Oh,
we
that's
would,
fun.
at the top of our lungs, because we were going through a drought, so we had no water. So
Oh, like legitimately you.
oh, legit, we went for a 2-week drought, and we were putting back gin as like to like suffice.
What sucked about this job? Maybe that you'd have paid $3,000, but other than that, oh no, you were on scholarship.
I was on scholarship. I was with my school. I
Oh,
was
wait,
representing my school.
Gin? Like you were in Italy,
Yeah.
and that gin is
Well,
like.
gin is.
They didn't have
a lot
any
of
Sambuca?
archaeologists are big gin people.
Who knew that?
At least the ones that I was with, they're really big
Who
with
knew
gin.
the juniper berry was so popular?
Yeah, it was great.
I had no idea.
And then, but after you would dig for the whole day, because you'd start at like the crack of dawn. You start at like 5
Because
o'clock in the morning.
it gets really hot?
It gets really hot.
Yeah.
So we would go from like 5 to like 3 p.m.
Okay.
And then we take everything that we found, we bring it back, and then we'd have to go with a toothbrush and clean it all with water. And then after that, you'd have to bring it over to the photography station, and you'd have to take 6 photos of each object and keep changing and turning and turning. And it could be look exactly the same, but it just.
But this was like, again, this was like class? This was like.
So I won a scholarship.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be an archaeologist. So I took every possible art history class, every possible history class in that realm.
Yeah.
And I applied to the scholarship through our art history professor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I want to do this. Like, this is something I'm interested in. So I went through a whole board. It was it's called the Partners in Friendship PIF
Yeah,
scholarship.
yeah.
And it was from Aiken, South Carolina, Australia, and Italy. It's like a triangle.
Was it
and
during like college time? Like you
no,
were.
it was during our summer break.
Oh wow.
So
All right.
I did
No
all the
wonder you had to
classes.
drink the gin, because you still had to enjoy the summer.
Exactly.
That makes sense now.
But it was a great experience, but I realized I don't like getting dirty. I didn't like having clay under my nails. I didn't like not being able to shower
I see that you have your
properly.
nails done and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So that's
they're a little bad right now.
But
I won't
I
show
have
them.
daughters. I know. But I think that it's important that you learn that early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that really quick.
Yeah.
Once I realized that they were like, oh, you can't shower, here is baby wipes.
Oh wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this isn't for me.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
That's
no,
not gonna
no,
fly.
no,
I can't do that. I'm
no.
I'm high maintenance. I'm very high
I
maintenance.
know from high maintenance. I know a little bit about it. I've been
Yeah.
told I am high maintenance.
So
I've been told I'm a
quick.
diva.
Yeah, do you? Is that from your daughters?
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of my daughters, she's like, why do you have to be so sassy?
Sassy. I like that though. Listen.
I don't know if I like it or not, but I tend to be sassy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it happens. Listen,
So-
we're all a little sassy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's fun. Just like,
You gotta joke around. You have to like keep it light.
yeah, that's all I got. Just like you gotta laugh, because
Yeah.
like it all goes.
If you don't laugh, you cry.
It's like dude, I say that all the time. I say that all the time. So you realize that's not your bag. You're
Yeah.
not gonna do that. You come back, when we talked on the phone the other day, you needed a job.
Yeah.
Right.
So then that's
Oh.
when I was like, I gotta go to grad school because I didn't have a job lined up. So then I went to grad school and I didn't tell my parents.
Back here on the island?
No, I decided to go back to Italy. I was like, I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell them anything.
We talked
I
about
went.
this the other day, because we
Yeah.
talked about this because we were saying I was saying one of my daughters is like all about speaking Italian. Yeah, but you said you don't really speak like that kind of Italian.
You know, I speak Roman.
Roman.
I learned slang.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Romans, they say che fra. So that's like, what's up, bro? But other times they'll look at you and be like, you're like cussing at me. What are you doing?
Oh, that's not cool. That's like not appropriate.
Yeah, they're like, that's slang.
How did you say it?
Che fra.
Che fra. Did I say it right?
Yeah, it's like, because fratello is boy, like guy.
Okay. Oh, so it's like you're
it's like, what's up,
shortening the
boy?
word.
Like, what's up, guy?
Oh, yeah. I say what's up, guy, all the time. Yeah.
So che fra.
Che fra. I say that to my daughter. Will she know what that is?
Maybe.
So
Probably
maybe not even.
Maybe not even. Just, I mean, it's just shortened. Like, that's really like an easy one.
I thought about this the other day after I went home and told my wife. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but I thought it would be a good idea. After I hung up with you and you told me that Roman thing, I was like, you know what? Because my daughter wanted to like, she goes, nobody around here speaks Italian. I can't practice or whatever. So I was like, but I just know how I am. Like, I think I'm going to do it. And then I'm like, probably not going to do the work. Like, but because I have like Rosetta Stone, do you know what that is?
Yeah,
so
Rosetta Stone's great.
But it's not, see, the problem with Rosetta Stone, so I had the CDs.
Okay.
And if you leave the CDs in the box and never open the box and take them out, you can't learn.
Yeah.
So that's how I didn't realize that.
I got it.
So that was like
it wasn't just like, it didn't like just
No,
download.
I thought if I just held it very close to my head. No, not at all.
download.
So I know I know I'm probably not going to do it. But I like the idea of if I could just, The Matrix. Remember The Matrix?
It's good to pick up though.
But you remember The Matrix?
I do.
Do you remember when Neo had the, like, when they would put him in and he could just learn something?
Learn something.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
Do you know how to do that?
I wish I did.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I mean, when I moved there, so I didn't tell my parents I was going to school there. I didn't tell them I applied to school
What
there.
did they think you were doing there? This is.
They had no idea. So I came back, I graduated in May of 2019. Yeah, May of 2019, graduated from USC Aiken. Came back up to Long Island, and then I was like, I need to go to grad school. Didn't tell them I was applying to grad school, didn't tell them I was applying into Italy, didn't tell them I was applying for a visa. Did all that.
You're the oldest too, right?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
You didn't even learn these bad habits from somebody else.
No, it's
just you.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I went to India. I didn't tell them anything.
You went to India?
I did, yeah.
Oh, dude, we got to do another show about that.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's a fun one.
All right.
That's a fun one.
So wait, you don't tell them, but when do they know it? You're at the airport?
A week before. A week before I got my visa, and I go.
To leave?
Yeah.
For how long?
Indefinitely.
How'd that go?
It went how you think it would go.
Yeah, I would think so. Like, yeah.
My mom was like.
Probably a lot of raised voices,
yeah,
maybe?
my mom's like, shut up. I'm like, no, I'm being serious. I'm like.
Why didn't you tell them? Were you scared?
I like to kind of keep some things to myself before, and
right.
when
Like
so
an international indefinite trip like that. Oh no, you mean just in case. Oh, I did.
I don't like disappointment.
Yeah, I like that.
I feared the disappointment.
Like if you didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to hear about it. Like, oh, that didn't happen. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear it.
I dig that, and also, there's something to be said for not telling everybody like things we're working on. Like I watch a lot of like motivational things and
keeping it to yourself.
Yeah, because like
you don't know who's not cheering for you.
100%. There's a lot of people who aren't cheering for you. And they're like, they're like, oh, you should, like that whole thing. Yeah.
So for me, I was like, I didn't want that.
Not everybody's got flowers for you.
Exactly. So that's I kept it to myself until like a week before when I had my physical.
So now you know
visa.
it's happening.
Yeah, I had my physical visa in hand, and I was already talking with my dean, setting up like my.
But what are you, like 22 years old at that time? Like you're a kid.
Yeah,
that's
I was
awesome.
like 20. I was turning 22.
And you were just like ready to go.
Yeah,
good for you,
I was
man.
out of here.
That's badass. I like that.
So I ended up going there, and then I was there for about a year and a half, and then like COVID.
Oh yes, I forgot that part. That's what happened, and they said you could stick around.
Yeah, so I was working. I was like interning with the U.S. government over at the embassy over there, and I was like an elf. For
what do you mean an elf? What does that mean?
So I was like helping out. Yeah, I was like an elf. They made me put ears on, and I dressed in like a little jingly outfit.
Now I don't know if you're
with the ambassador. No, I'm
wait a minute.
Serious. I have photos. And
why? I thought you were just being a wise guy like me.
No.
What do you mean you were an elf?
So for the ambassador's annual Christmas party, he asked people to
dress up like elves. But that was like what you got paid to do?
Yeah, I got paid for it, and I was like, okay.
Will Ferrell did pretty good in that movie. He made a couple bucks. So
me and a few of my girlfriends, we we were like, all right, let's do it.
This was just for a party, or this?
Yeah, and then we kind of were like looking for more internships with them, so we ended up getting on the babysitting list for the ambassadors.
Okay.
So for all the ambassadors and people who worked for the U.S. government at the embassy, like we got on this babysitting list, and we were like nannies. So I was like nannying
This is during
kids.
COVID.
Yeah, I was like nannying.
Oh, I thought you had to leave because you couldn't get a job and stuff like that.
No, so like I was living life. Are you kidding? My apartment was €500, including all utilities. It was great.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was like in US dollars about like $550, $600 for everything.
Okay.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then when COVID started happening and things started getting like really crazy, and like I was only allowed to go a kilometer away from like my place to get groceries.
And that was it? Get your groceries and get back?
Yeah, and like I had to show all my papers.
I think I remember them. They were pretty serious over there in Italy. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up coming home.
Got it. And then you had.
Yeah, because my dad threatened me.
What did he say?
He was like, "I'm going to get on the next flight there, and I'm going to drag you home." And he was serious.
Yeah, but this is not funny. But like, remember that time? Like, if he did get on that flight, he'd have to.
He would get stuck.
But he'd have to like quarantine
for like 2 weeks.
I'm sorry to laugh at it.
No, but
it's just
true.
like he gets there and like, okay, you can't do anything now for like 14
good luck,
days.
And I'd be like, I'm going to go to Slovenia now. See ya. No.
That'd be funny. That'd be like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
Like he'd be like traveling around Europe to try. That's a great movie. I would watch that.
Oh goodness. Yeah. So my dad threatened me, and I was like, all right, time to come. Time to come home. So I got on the next flight home, reluctantly, and I'll never forget. I get on this flight and I'm sitting and I'm just crying the whole flight home. Like my life is over. Yeah, I felt like my life was like just starting.
Yeah.
And then it got cut short.
Yeah.
So I was like,
and you
oh
left
my gosh.
friends there and stuff like that?
Oh my gosh, I had friends there.
Yeah.
I had like, I have family over there. I have family in Pescara. So.
Yeah.
It's like, and like I went through so much through the immigration process there. To leave, I felt so defeated.
Oh,
I had to go through Questora. So Questora is like their national police station.
Yeah.
And so everything goes through the post office first, everything. And then you go to Questora, which is the police station. You do all your biometrics. You get all that done. You get questioned.
This is coming in.
This is just coming in within the first like 7 days of you being there for an indefinite amount of time. To get it's called the permesso di soggiorno. And what that is like pretty much your residency card, saying like, I'm a resident of the city of Rome, I'm going to be here for however many time, and then you have to keep renewing it every year until 5 years, and you could apply for like your green card, kind of like a citizenship in a way, like a resident. So that was the goal.
So
Obviously didn't happen.
You thought you wouldn't stick around there?
Oh, if COVID didn't happen, I'd probably still be there.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be talking to myself.
Yeah, be a ghost here.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk to myself a lot.
I do too.
At least I like to listen, so sometimes,
exactly.
and I don't talk back.
That's even better.
So we're never going to talk about GiGi's.
Oh,
good thing you got the hoodie on.
Yeah, we got to like talk about GiGi's.
So
now.
what happens? You need a job.
Yeah, get home, need a job. I'm like, all right, got to find something. I'm like, what can I do? I have a degree, a master's degree now in international relations with war and terrorism as a one sub-major, and then sustainability and development.
Did you say war and terrorism?
Yeah, because I was like, I'm going to be a diplomat. I was fully convinced of that too.
That's very diplomatic of you.
Yeah, I was fully convinced. I took the FSOT test and everything and failed it, as one does because it's a hard test.
Is it difficult?
Very. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, we're going to chill with that. I can always go back to that because most people don't become a diplomat until their late 40s anyway. I'm like, I got plenty of time. So then I'm like, all right, let's use the second part of my degree, which is sustainability and development of nonprofit organizations.
Is that right?
Yes. So I was like, oh, I can do this. Looking around, no luck because, gridlock and no one's hiring it during COVID. It was really hard. I reached out
Plus,
to
you don't have a lot of experience yet anyway,
I had no experience. I'm fresh out of master's. I have absolutely no experience besides working as a manager at an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
I had nothing.
Yeah. And that goes to the free ice cream you would get too with the coin.
Yeah. But so now I'm like, all right, gotta get a job. Reaching out to people within the Patchogue community because again, Patchogue's really close knit. And it just so happens my uncle knew a guy and my dad knew a guy named Mike Srigliano, who's our board president at GiGi's. And he's like, I think my buddy Mike is hiring for a nonprofit.
Oh, I love this part of the story because I remember what happens when you showed up the first day. Okay, so let's say you get the job because you did, right?
Yeah, I got the job right on spot. Yeah. It was great.
And what happens?
On my first day, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be a site manager. I have to dress the part, right? So I dress up. I'm like in like a suit, like a button up and to be
legit,
part.
ready
Yeah,
to
like
roll.
legit, ready to roll. It's my
you
first
were
big girl job.
Like you just took like the 7 train in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like, you're ready.
Did
Go.
that before too. That's crazy. That's another story.
That's another story.
That's another
Dude,
story.
we could do like a whole
Oh my
series.
gosh. Because I worked for a union too for a little bit. So like, I don't even, yeah, it's been crazy. I've had a crazy 28 years.
Dude, I'm glad I met you. So
now
what
show up
happens?
to
You
this job.
show up, ready to roll,
Ready
girl
to go.
boss, the
Girl
whole
boss.
thing, right?
Whole
Ready.
9 yards, heels and everything.
Yep. And
I walk in, they look at me and they're like, look it down and they're like, go home and change. They're like, you're painting today. I go, painting? I'm like, what do you mean painting? I'm not an artist by any means. They're like, we have to paint the Playhouse.
they might get a roller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did. We painted the Playhouse. So I went home because I like literally right down the block.
Well, it's
I'm like,
Patchogue.
okay, it's right there.
Yeah.
So quickly got home, changed, went back, and I was painting for about like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
But then you leave, join
Yeah.
the board, right? And that's like this era where like, there's a
Yeah.
guy in my office, I told you, his name is Brendan. Excuse me. Somehow found out about GiGi's. I forgot to ask him. I should call him later. Years ago, said, we got to check this place out. GiGi's, I'd love to learn more about him. He does 401k retirement plans for businesses. I sell employee benefits, group health insurance. Somehow along the line, he came across GiGi's. He says, you should check this out. You're the nonprofit guy. And that's when I reached out to you all. Then we lost touch, but you joined the board.
Yeah, so I left to go be in a union.
All right.
And that's where I was commuting to Long Island City every day. Was there for about 3 years.
Okay.
And I was luckily allowed to join the board of directors.
Yeah.
So I was the secretary for the board of directors for a while.
So you got to really understand the organization.
Yes, I got to understand the ins and outs, both sides, from being an employee to being on the board.
All right.
And I learned everything about the position, everything about everything.
Here's what we're going to have to do. Because believe it or not, we spent the whole time not talking about GiGi's.
Holy cow.
So I need to know what GiGi's does, who you help. Talk to me about Coho.
Yeah.
And begin.
So GiGi's Past Long Island, we're a Down Syndrome Achievement Center. We offer free and educational therapeutic programming, 100% free, 100%.
That's like my favorite price.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We don't even take from state funding or anything of that sort. Like, so no
So it's
OPWDD,
all from philanthropy?
All from
Like
fundraising
donors?
and donors. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. And then everything we do is volunteer based. So we're 99% volunteer ran.
So how many, are you the only employee? Or
I'm the only full-time employee, and then I have a part-time employee that's remote in Florida.
everybody else that
Is volunteer.
Okay. So but what is it? Social stuff?
Social, educational, therapeutic, you name it, we do it. So whether it's music, we have free tutoring in math and literacy. Eventually, we're going to be opening speech therapy up.
Okay.
Once we get to this new building, get the speech pathologists and everything in. We have a lot of socialization, a lot of open mic nights.
I know. So
Yes.
I'm coming to an open mic night. I want to know about Coho because I'm going to come to Coho next month when you get there. So what is Coho? Shout out that guy. I forgot his name.
Rob Catrone. He's
Shout
awesome.
out to Rob Catrone.
So, Coho is a coffee house, hence Coho Coffee House, and it's ran by Rob Catrone. He's awesome. What happened was we held a open mic. Well, he allowed us to hold an open mic night at his place, and it was such a hit. He was like, "I need to get involved. So give me a way to get involved." And we ended up coming up together.
This was a GiGi's event at his place.
Yes.
Yeah.
We ended up collectively with our board coming together and saying, let's do an internship. So right now, Coho Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. turns into what we call Hugs and Mugs. And it's a career development internship for our adult participants 18 years and older that are interested in, like, you know, getting a resume builder, getting something in there, getting experience. And we also, it's stipend for them through grants. And it's really just giving them that socialization, but also teaching them how to interview, how to write a resume, how to be in the working field. And our community is just so wonderful. We're so blessed with our community. They have just gobbled them up. Like,
yeah, they
they've
really
taken,
took it.
oh
They
my
really
gosh.
love it. Yeah. So
Incredible.
Good. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Coho. I'll be out there in February. The new internship program starts in February. The Long Island Imagine Awards, your organization is a semifinalist in the innovation category, which is exactly what we were just talking about, Coho. I'm going to come out. I'm going to visit. I got to get some swag. We got to work that out because I'm all about repping the gear. I'm glad you're here. I swear to God, you can come back like every week. I'm here every 2 weeks. We can just do this because we got a million stories. My last question before we go. When you do these open mic nights, is it karaoke?
Yes.
What's your go-to? Do you sing?
I don't sing. I'm the one that's wiping the microphone.
That's it?
Yeah. You don't want to hear me sing.
I don't know. Maybe not at all.
I'll do a duet, but I won't. I'll never go by myself.
All right, so I sing Roadhouse Blues by the Doors.
Okay.
All right, so that's my go-to. So I'll have to come and do it one night.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for being on my show.
Thank you so
Dude,
much
you
for
were
having
the
me.
coolest. I'm so glad you were here. This is super fun. Wow, Tommy D, you really have some racket, man. You get to do all this fun stuff. You know, if I wasn't me, I'd want to be me. This show is called Long Island Changemakers. I'm the nonprofit sector connector, the one and only the kid, and in Spanish, El Nino. I'm not sure how you say it in Roman, but it's probably Niño. All right, listen, everybody. This has been another In Focus production. The wheels are off the cart. Later. Bye.